Owning a wild Mustang has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. There's just something about the idea of taking a wild horse and building a partnership from the ground up that has always captured my imagination. Maybe it's from growing up watching movies like Spirit and Hidalgo. I'm not exactly sure what drew me to Mustangs, but it's been there as long as I have felt drawn to horses. And after years of dreaming, we finally made it happen. We are turning into the facility. Butterflies. We're not even picking up today, we're just looking at them today, but I have. We spent hours, honestly days, looking over thousands of available Mustangs. There were so many incredible horses to choose from, but after careful consideration, one stood out. A coming 3-year-old dun gelding from the Twin Peaks herd management area. His calm demeanor, athletic build, and the softness in his eyes immediately caught our attention. We fell in love with him and trusted our feeling that he was the one. We filled out the adoption papers and the BLM staff loaded him up. Although he was terrified, you could tell he was mindful by the way he stepped up into the trailer. We were finally bringing home a Mustang. Excited, nervous, and not totally sure what to expect, we couldn't wait to unload this wild horse at home and start developing a partnership with him. We decided to name him Rooster. It took a couple of days for Rooster to get comfortable with even the idea of being touched.
Hi.
But curiosity started to win out.
That's very ticklish.
Yes! By day 4, we were able to take his neck tag off, slip a halter on, and even start working on leading.
Good boy. Yes, hi. Are you ready for dinner? Take it off your nose. And then your head. Good boy.
From there, we focused on building a solid foundation. Groundwork, getting him used to ropes, the flag, handling his feet, grooming, tying, trailer loading, all the little things that add up to a successful life in the domestic world. We introduced the bareback pad and started getting him comfortable with the feeling of a cinch. We played with tarps, worked with panniers, and Rooster continually showed us how willing and thoughtful he is.
You're so fancy. Whoa. Alrighty.
Soon we were ready to venture outside of his corral for walks, then outside of the pasture, and eventually off of the property. He met his future herd mates over the fence and settled into his new world like a champ. We even started turning him out into his own pasture during the day. With all of that going so well, it was time for some bigger adventures. We started getting him comfortable with weight on his back in preparation for starting him under saddle. We hauled him off the property for the very first time and let him explore a brand new place full of sights and sounds. I even ponied him off of my good mule, Clyde. And that brings us to today. It's officially been 30 days with Rooster, and he's come so far already. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead with his very first saddling. And for the third time ever, I'm going to sit on his back. Let's see how this boy handles it.
He kind of had some anxiety about the halter. Not like he wouldn't even run away, but he was kind of avoidant of it. So I just tried to give him a second to think about it. I want him to put his nose in there like that. And that kind of tells me he's ready. Good boy. So we've continually worked on the flag and just making sure he's good with that. He's not scared of that. Kind of upped our movement with that. And flap it underneath him now. Pet his legs. Flap it underneath his front end. And he knows it's not going to hurt him. So he's gotten pretty comfortable with this thing. I can be pretty like crazy with it, and he's not scared. So he knows the difference. If I'm standing here like this, my arm down, I'm just asking him to stand here and not move. But as soon as I point, then I'm asking him to go somewhere. So we've worked on knowing the difference. Worked on me being able to pet him with this while he's moving and knowing that's not a scary thing. Good boy. Yeah, so good. And then we've got him used to the rope and doing all kinds of things with the rope. In the rope around his cinch area, teaching him to kind of follow a feel with that rope. Good boy. Not be offended by that. Ropes around his legs. Worked on picking up his feet for a little longer periods of time. Worked on picking up his back feet, which were still just, I just want him to lift it. So like that was good. Now I'll ask him to pick it all the way up. Good boy. I haven't picked out his back feet yet. That's kind of been his hardest thing, was his back feet. This one please. Good boy. And not kicking. That was good. So just baby steps with those. But his fronts he's pretty good with now. Good boy. Which is good because they're getting a little long. So I'd like to get him prepared for a little bit of a trim. Here, shift your weight for me a little. There you go. One more. There you go. All right, now we can pick this one up. Good boy. So we worked a lot with like leading by a back leg, getting him used to this so that if he got his foot stuck in a fence or tangled up in a rope, he wouldn't panic. So getting him to follow, good boy, a feel instead of just kick out every time is very important. Good job, buddy. This one. There you go. Good boy. Worked with putting a rope around here, having him follow a feel around. Good job. Good job, buddy. Very nice. Worked with ropes on his butt and having that not be a big deal. Jump. Get him used to ropes over his head. Good boy. Nice. Just making sure he's good with ropes being tossed under him. And over him. Yes. Ready? Good boy. Just walking and dragging ropes. Not being an issue anymore. He was pretty worried about that at first. And then next thing, I started getting him used to the bareback pad. And now we moved on, so I made a little cinch configuration. So it's basically the same cinch setup as a saddle, only I have a cinch up top hooked to a cinch at the bottom. And that way we can put just a saddle pad on and get him used to that regular style cinch instead of just the little bareback cinch. So got him used to a saddle pad, where that's not a big deal. Even under here, you can flop it down. It's not too worrisome. Put it up over his head. What if we had to put a saddle pad on this way? Oh, that'd be inconvenient, huh? But you never know. Just making sure if something fell off, it's not a big deal. Hopefully it's not me. But if it is, I don't want him to kick me while I'm down there. Your forelock is all messed up. If you're wondering why he only has 4 braids, it's because I was braiding his mane the other day and I ran out of time and I didn't finish them. So that's why. Then get him used to this cinch setup. This is a pack cinch on top. That's why it has 2 rings there. So the second one doesn't do anything except for flop around, which is kind of good because it makes a little bit of a noise. Gets him used to that. Good boy, buddy. Yeah. Good boy. And I like this because if he has a problem with me cinching him, it's not that big of a deal. So, just less to go wrong than a full-blown saddle. Good boy. And I don't cinch it very tight to start with. Just check him out. There you go. Move his feet. Make sure he's okay. You can hear that cinch rattling. That's the top 2 rings, which I think is good. Kind of gets him sensitized or desensitized to some noises up there the saddle might make. Good boy. So one thing to note is like when your horse is standing here, I'm going to go ahead and tighten his cinch down a little bit more. I'm just going to snug it up here, tie it off. So he might be okay standing here, but as soon as I go to move his feet, that's when they're going to react usually. So I want to make sure I've got him to where I can send him off without him facing me. One, that's going to keep me safe. And I want this lead rope short enough that I can pull him and back him up and turn his butt away from me if he were to start bucking around. But there's something to note. Don't stand in front of them when you go to move them off, because if they have a problem, their first reaction is going to try to jump to you or over you or on top of you. So, and it's important to get him moving, because he might be okay at a walk, but it might feel different enough at a trot that he has a reaction. So I want to make sure I'm moving him out and really knowing that he's okay with this. This pen's a little small to lope in, but just a trot, that's good. Let's go this way. And I like to go both ways because it might feel different going the other way. There you go, buddy. And at first, even with that bareback pad pretty loose, he didn't like this cinch. He was kind of offended by it. He didn't buck, but he just was like, why are you squeezing me? It's like he thought I was doing something to him. So we just took it slow. Whoops, careful. Got those long feet, huh? And so we've just upped it and then eventually moved to this cinch setup, which is more like a saddle. It's exactly like a saddle cinch, so. Good boy. So that would be tight enough that that would hold a saddle in place. Wouldn't be tight enough to ride in, but be tight enough that a saddle wouldn't fall off anyway. And that's all I really care about right now. So we've worked with some scary objects like tarps and these big, that flag gun get you? Big saddle panniers. Are noisy and loud and flop around, so I like these. Hey, you just want to eat them? Yeah? And I don't want to like scare him, but I also, hey bud, also don't want to like sneak around him. So if he's gonna have a reaction, but if he's gonna have a big reaction, I'd rather be up close to where I can pull him off and not have him totally scared than when he's like running in a circle.
So thirsty.
So these saddle bags obviously aren't attached to anything because I just have a pad on him. But I'll go ahead and move him around with those on. Trot him so they're kind of flopping against him. Making some noise. Good boy. Nice, buddy. So good. There you go. Good job, bud. Very nice. All right, we're gonna set the saddle on him for now. Take this cinch off. And these things, I don't want to sneak around him. I want him to get used to all of this because eventually he is going to be packing some stuff up in the mountains. We'll be riding him in the mountains too, but he's also going to take turns being a pack animal for us. We're going to be throwing stuff on him and loading these down, and I just don't want that to be a big deal at all. We'll be putting a lash rope on him, tying hitches and ropes all over him, so he's got to be good with all that stuff. Huh. You're a pretty cool dude. These are his favorite things to chew on. Oh, yes. He loves it. Those and tarps. Tarps are so fun to chew on. All right, buddy. And same with the cinch. I don't sneak around it. I just let it, at this point, flop down. Toss it up there. Even lead him around with that cinch kind of flopping by his leg. So that's not a big deal if it hits him. It's used to all that. Good boy. I don't want little things like that to be a surprise to him with the saddle. You gonna eat my flake again? You already ate it once. Thank you. We'll need that in a second. Let's just leave it here for right now. Here, come pay attention to the saddle. So at first I'm just gonna walk away from him. Let him check it out if he cares to. I'm not gonna let him like chew it up, but I'll let him explore it a little bit. Don't bite it. I know, it's so tempting. You just wanna sink your teeth into my nice saddle, huh? Yes. And then, once he's okay with it, I'm just gonna toss it up like he's done all his life and let that stirrup come down. I'm not gonna sneak around it, but I'm here to help him if he needs it. Yeah, what is that? Hit you in the belly, huh? Yep, that's just what they do. If I tie this off on you and you trot around, that thing's just gonna do that kind of stuff. So, get you prepared for that. Good boy. So again, I'm not gonna sneak around him. I'm gonna make sure he's okay with weird popping noises and things like that. Here, let's walk over here. I don't have a cinch on this saddle. You gotta go ahead of me so I can hold the saddle, make sure it don't fall off. There you go, right there. Hey, Benny. Let's see. Cinch is almost too small for your big belly. Keep my flag near me. Let's see. Turn him around for you guys. There you go. So I'm gonna keep my flag near me just in case he gets troubled and I need to keep him out of my space. Put the stirrup up. Make sure he's okay with that. And I'm just gonna test this out before I tighten it up. Sure he's all right. You good? Okay. I'm gonna try to keep a hold of this end at all times because if he were to get bothered and take off, my last move would be to pull this end up tight so that hopefully the saddle wouldn't slip on him. Actually, I'm gonna put this right here for right now. Okay, I'm gonna ask him to move off. Good boy. Nice, buddy. I'm gonna have him stop right there. Stop. Think about it. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna cinch it up just a little bit snugger, just in case. Last thing I want is a saddle to slip off. Okay? Pay attention. I'm not gonna go in front of him. Good. Nice boy. Good. Ask him to stop. Oop, right there. Nice, buddy. Just let him think. Check it out. We're not in any hurry. But I am going to move his feet at a little faster pace here. And these stirrups are going to bump him, so I want to make sure he's okay with that. Yeah. You see it up on your back? You look so cute in a little barrel saddle. Can you go this way? There you go. Nice. Good boy. This way. Very good, buddy. You look so cute. Yeah. Right there. Good. Let's mess with the stirrup. Those things are gonna be weird on your flank. Okay? Yep. Oh, you're gonna bite the stirrup. That's one way to do it. Don't get that stuck. Let me check your cinch and then we'll trot. Just want to make sure that his cinch is tight enough that if he were to buck, the saddle won't roll. So we're just actually going to tighten it down. One more, I think, will be plenty good. There you go. All right, go ahead and walk with that. Got your cinch a little off-centered. Not sure how tight. All right, here we go. Ask him to trot. Hopefully that won't be a big deal. Good boy. I'm not gonna make a big deal if he trips. We'll just start over. Good boy. If he wants to come back down to a walk, I'm fine with that. I'll just ask him again. Good boy. Nice. Let him think about it. That he survived, even though the stirrups were bumping him. And that wasn't scary. So make sure he's feeling good about everything. Good boy. Okay, go the other way. Just want to trot this way. Good boy. All right, buddy. There you go. I got my lead rope caught up here. There you go. Go ahead. There you go. Nice. Keep going. There you go. Get it bouncing a little bit. No back cinch, that saddle really bounces in the back end. He's so wide, which I read on Facebook that other people were having the same problems with their Mustangs, but the way he's built is, one, his back is really flat, but partially because he's young, but two, he's this point right here, his rib cage comes out and then kind of comes around, and he's so wide right here. When I set the saddle on him, it's tight on him, right where the ring is, the D-ring is. And yeah, it's pretty funny. So we're gonna need a real wide saddle for him, I think. You're a wide boy and he's not even done growing yet. He'll probably get wider until he's about 6. One more time. Then we'll take it off and call that good for your first saddling. One more time. There you go. Gotta move your feet. Good job, buddy. So nice. One more circle. There you go. He's like, I'm tired. I don't want to move anymore. Good job. Way to go. All right. We're just going to keep it short and sweet. That was great for his first saddling. He didn't have any issues with that, so I'm just going to untack him. Keep in mind that he's not an old seasoned horse, but just Treat him like he is. Good boy. Put my cinch away. So good, bud. Put my stirrup down. Good boy. Yeah. So I think we've talked about it in the past, but horses yawning is a sign that they're like letting go of some of their anxiety that they just had. So even though he seemed calm with the saddle, it definitely caused a little bit of anxiety for him. And so that was him kind of releasing that, which is awesome. So I'm gonna pull it off and let him smell it. Not eat it though. No, you could smell it but not eat it. And then I'm gonna toss it back on him. Good boy. I'm gonna take it off this side. Just let him check it out. My little back billet sure gets crooked in there. Let him feel that stirrup coming down over his back. You can't bite it. All right. Put it back on him. Oh, my pad got messed up. There we go. Good boy. Are you gonna get your lead rope? Oh, you have an itch right on your chest? Oh, goodness. That's hard to reach, huh? Yeah. Goodness. That better? All right, buddy. Good job. Don't need my saddle. Don't need my saddle. Come here. All right, had to change my lead rope out. The other one's just a little long. The last thing we've done, I had a nice uphill advantage in the other pen. I have to stand him in this ditch. He's about 14.3 We measured him with our little measuring stick the other day. And so, but I've just gotten him used to me jumping all around him. I also can go behind him now, and he's good with that. Jump over here. Good boy. So when I go to jump on him, one, I'm going to try to land as softly as I can, which I don't have mad hop, so sometimes I don't do the best job. But I'm gonna keep this rein just a little bit shorter. So that way, if he were to do anything, I could pull his head towards me and keep from getting kicked. So I'm just gonna jump and then try to flop over the top of him. Good boy. And then I'm just gonna pet him from up here. Don't. Go again. Are you ready? Are you gonna bite me in the butt? Says I'm thinking about it. Good boy. Put a knee up on him. Slide over the top. If I lay on him like this, I can get off pretty quickly if I feel like I need to. But we're hoping that he's okay with this. Good boy, buddy. Just gonna give him some scratches up here. Move my feet, make sure that doesn't spook him. Get him used to my weight up here. Good boy. So this is as far as we've gone. I haven't asked him to move yet. I've only sat on him twice before, so I'm just gonna slide off. Good boy. Hi. Are you itchy? Oh, you got itch over here. Oh my goodness, here, let me help you. That's a good spot. All right, so I'm gonna jump on him one more time, do the same thing, just scratch him. Ready, buddy? All the way over. And if you're worried about it, like you can stay low, you can swing so you only have one leg over and start out like this, and that way if they do anything, you can bail pretty easy. So that's how we started. I know I'm moving around up here today, huh? Bring your head over here. Nice. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. So good. All right, bud. Oh, I think I shocked you. Sorry. Maybe you just shocked me. Let's hope that's all it was. Very staticky around here this time of year. Good boy, Benny. You did so good. So that's all we've been working on. And yeah, it's been 30 days with this awesome guy. And he is quickly becoming the best horse I've ever owned. So hopefully he's just now turning 3, so we'll take it easy as far as riding goes. Even though he looks very mature, he's still pretty immature, so we'll start with just short rides in here. It'll be a while before we're probably like riding him up in the mountains. So, but yeah, throughout the summer, we'll try to put some rides on him. I got to find a saddle that fits him. I'm hoping the saddle I use on Clyde maybe will fit him better. So once we put this one on a few times, then we'll transition over to Clyde's saddle. See as long as that fits him. If not, then I've got a couple friends that said they'd let me borrow saddles. So hopefully we can find one that fits him that I can use for this summer and get him started under saddle and take him to some clinics and stuff like that and get him hauled out and exposed to some stuff. So we worked on ponying him today at the arena. So I think he's pretty much ready to go. Probably up in the mountains with us here really soon. Just got to make sure he doesn't, try to get away from me while I'm on Clyde and take off somewhere. But so far it seems like he's not prone to doing that. So I think we'll be able to start ponying him here soon. So if you guys want to stay up to date with this guy and see more of his training updates, then don't forget to subscribe. We'll be posting a lot more about him and also some adventures and trail rides with our mules and our other horse. And another thing is we just pulled some mane hair and set off a DNA test from Texas A&M to see which breeds are most prevalent in this boy. So if you guys have a guess, comment down below which 3 breeds you think he has the most of in him. So I know what at least 2 of my guesses are, and we'll see what it comes back. So we'll share those results as soon as we get those. It should be a couple weeks. Oh, buddy. You're very good. I love you. You're such a sweetheart.